Alrighty, what's going on, guys? It's Mr. Affleck9916. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2 Hard Economy Mod. Today, we are going to be continuing our journey south from Katowice, Poland, down to Klagenfurt am Vorthorsee. I hopefully pronounced that right. In the very, very bottom of Austria, almost into Slovenia, which is of course not on the map yet, but we're going to do that and then continue into Italy. Just one delivery in today's episode. Something else that's different is I am streaming on Twitch. It took me a while to get the audio to work. Then I had the game crash. I was having all sorts of problems. So hopefully we can get through without the game crashing. We do need to sleep first. We are going to be hauling in the meanwhile 17 tons of almonds. So let's go ahead and get started up. Turn the lights on. Into first gear, and we can turn that park and brake off. Gotta do that. Wait, which button? Man, am I a mess right now. Which button did I make my park and brake on the wheel? That is not it. Joy button 8. Oh my god, what? Why won't it work? There it goes. Okay, that's park and brake. My goodness. How can I forget something so simple? That was really dumb. Go ahead and make a turn around here. So I'm gonna treat this episode like a normal episode. Hopefully we do get some viewers in the chat for Twitch, which would be super awesome. I really hope that I get to answer some questions live. We get to have some people chat. I did have one person come on when I was setting things up, and then they left. So hopefully we can get somebody to come back on and see what happens. So we gotta sleep. Let's see, we could sleep just to our right. Is there anything that's... Why don't we stop at that gas station there? Yeah, we'll stop at that gas station just outside of town. That way I don't have to pull into that repair center for no reason. And then we will rest and continue our journey in the daylight. Of course, I prefer to drive during the day, not during the night anyway. But yeah, it took a while to get the Twitch stream working. I had to download the Studio app thing to actually stream to Twitch, and I totally forgot how to use it. In fact, I've never used it before. From streaming to Twitch, I've only done it on PlayStation, I think. So, but this is going to be the new trend for the videos, at least for the time being. We will be streaming them on Twitch, and obviously I'll be making 2 YouTube episodes out of each video now, or out of each stream now. So I'll kind of just be recording a little bit more at a time, and perhaps as we get further into things, I'll just start streaming on Twitch for a couple hours, and we'll see what happens with the videos. But that's kind of what I've been working on for the last 40 minutes. It took, well, not 40 minutes, maybe 25 minutes it took for me to set it up. Other than that, kind of been under the weather this week, sneezing, coughing. I feel like I'm about to sneeze very soon anyway. My nose is running so bad, so excuse the annoying sniffles in the episode today. But the fall allergies are really just starting to come to town here in Ohio, and it's been quite miserable, to be honest. It's also weird looking at my phone, which is now just to the left of my computer screen, and seeing the gameplay about 20 seconds behind where it is, because I have the Twitch set up on my phone, and then obviously the chat's on there. Still playing the game on full screen is what I'm pretty much doing with that. So yeah, that's kind of been today. It's been kind of a hectic day. Hope all you guys are having a good week so far. Getting kind of into fall, so most of you are probably going back to school if you guys are still in school at this point. I'm a couple weeks into my school year at this point, and got a little bit of flying in, a little bit of fun stuff here and there. It's just it's been what it's been. So I haven't really gotten around to streaming or playing as much as I've hoped, but now obviously we are settling into Twitch, so we'll see if this becomes a new thing for me. Who knows? I don't really know if a lot of people stream Euro Truck Sim 2 on Twitch. I feel like it's a good game to stream just because it's very passive, and you can actually read the chat during it, when a lot of games it's hard to read the chat, but I don't know. I really don't know. Alright, get on the highway here. So 8 hours and 56 minutes. It should be a nice and long delivery. I think this one's going to take quite a while. And oh goodness, guys, is that rain? It is actually raining. What do you know? Wow. We have not had much rain throughout the episodes. In fact, I think this is the first time there's been rain since I've been playing here in the fall of 2019. I think since I was in spring semester, I don't think it's rained at all. So that's kind of a weird thing to have happen. Let's turn the. How do I turn my? Man, I don't even remember the button I made the windshield wipers. I am really struggling. All right, slow down to 40. Also can't see my wheel very well, which is kind of problematic. What did I make the wipers? It's not that button. It's not that. It's not that. Not that. It's not. That's the shift. I swear it would have been that one there. I don't know. I should have a command on my. That's parking brake. Is it? I have no idea. That's right. It's not raining that hard. Hopefully the rain will be stopped by the time we wake up. So we'll just trudge through it without the wipers at the moment. Back up to 80 after that interchange. Whoa, look at that guy. Jeez, man. You want to obey the speed limits a little bit better? I know it goes up to 80, but we were just getting out of the intersection there, and he was booking it. So the gas station should be just down here to the right, towards Ostrava, which we've been to before. I also did install a mod that has more realistic rainfall and rainfall sounds. And I can actually kind of see the drops falling in front of me, which looks a little different than I remember them looking before. So perhaps that mod is kicking in a little bit. The water looks really nice on the windshield, the way it sloshes around. I know part of that is SCS. I might have a mod in there as well for better, more realistic rainfall. Alright, let's go ahead and exit here. Do we need fuel? 1618. Now we have enough to make it, so we won't fill up. We'll just kind of go into this little parking spot. I think we're going to have to just kind of park it sideways here. There's not a lot of room. That's the best we can do. We'll turn the parking brake on and go ahead and rest. All right, good afternoon now, folks. 1:45 in the afternoon. Loan installment's been paid. I want to look at my wheel and see if I'm missing a button somewhere for the... I know I thought I had something set up for the windshield wipers. The lights, the brights. I guess, let me go into the settings and actually see. That would be under controls. I'm not using X for anything, so I might as well. Windshield wiper, where would it be? Where would it be? Eye tracking, already got that going on. I guess it would be under keys and buttons. Okay. Wipers, yeah, P. How do I not have a control for it? Huh. Alright, it's now X. Because this is set up like this is a PlayStation wheel, actually. So, alright, the X button now does the windshield wipers. So I somehow didn't have that, which is crazy. Now we can actually use our wipers. I don't know how I didn't have one in all the time I played. So, alright. Parking brakes off, and we can continue on the journey now. Turn our lights off. That's not really necessary. Come on, be gone, be gone. Oh, nope, there's another one coming. Is he stopping to let us go? Nope, he's just going awful slow. Alright, after this car, I should be able to scoot on out. There's another truck coming, but we're just gonna gun it here. Yeah, we're good. He can slow down and let us out. Man, is it nice to drive during the daytime and not at night. I can still see some... I don't know if it's showing up on the stream or on the video, but there's still a little bit of water on the windshield, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a dirty look. Let's see if I can... Oops, that's not X. Where is X? Up here. Let's see if I can just wipe it off. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. And oh, are you serious? There was a huge rest stop right here. I could have just stopped there instead of resting at the little gas station rest stop. What a dumb thing. That guy broke down, unfortunate. Every time I go to look in my mirror, I actually see my phone, which has my truck, and it's throwing me off because the mirror's on the bottom left of the screen and my phone is propped up against the bottom left of my screen, so I'm gonna have to be careful not to get confused between the two. What do we got here? Some sort of like World War II bunker or something like that. That's cool. Look, there's another one on the other side of the field. That's bizarre. I have no idea what that would be. Very interesting. And of course, the birds are flying over as always. It's just the same old, same old. See if we have... Hey, we have 2 viewers now. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, folks. That is good to see that people have finally actually joined. But I'll continue talking about the YouTube video. If you guys want to comment and ask any questions, feel free to. But in the last episode, I talked about I was going to head to the Ohio versus Pitt football game. So I ended up heading to Pittsburgh for that game for the weekend. And unfortunately, Pitt beat Ohio, but it was a pretty good game. I think the final score was 20-10, which losing to 10 to an ACC college football team is not a bad result at all. Unfortunately, we just lost to Marshall 31-33 this week, so 2 losses in a row for our team. Not exactly the best, not exactly the start that I was hoping to have to the season. But it is what it is. You can't always win them all, and they're not conference games. So as long as we can actually win the conference games, that's going to be what's more important at the end of the day. But it was fun to see my college team play in a National Football League stadium. I'm sure for all the players, that was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, you got to think that a lot of these guys aren't going to be going to the NFL, so to actually play in an NFL stadium has got to be a pretty exciting thing. I mean, I remember being a kid and going to Pirates games and just being able to run the bases and thinking, my goodness, this is the most exciting thing ever. So to actually play a sanctioned college football game in a stadium, if you're a football player, I'm sure is probably the peak of some of those guys' careers, or at least the peak of their athletic careers, should I say. So I did that and visited with my uncle who came in from New York for the weekend, so got to spend some family time, and then I went back. And as I said, I haven't really been doing much the last couple days because I got sick. Went back to cooking a little bit. I know I talk like every episode how I want to do some cooking videos on the channel, so that's something that might definitely happen in the future. We will see. I'm just too lazy to get around to it, but I have the camera and the tripod and all that stuff to actually make it happen. But other than that, just kind of back to the grind. I had to go up to Columbus last weekend and get my aviation medical. And they're really strict on aviation medicals. If you want to be a pilot here in the United States, there's a lot that you have to pass. You have to do depth perception. I cannot say that word. I have trouble saying that word. I know it's bad. D-E-P-T-H, depth. There, I said it right that time. That's a tricky word to say. Speaking of, what is back there? What, is that like a Mothman or something? Is that a devil? Did that thing have horns? What the heck is that? Well, that's creepy. My goodness, the sights are abound here in Poland. That is something that you don't see every day. You're going through these farm areas, though, and who knows what freaks live in these little villages, right? Let's get over here. There we go. I hate those exits because they sneak up on you. You really got to keep your eye on the road. There's a nice normal little village. One of the guys or girls that lives in one of those houses, though, is into some weird stuff. They go out to their cornfield or their wheat field, and then they make their little satanic monuments, I suppose. But anyway, the FAA is pretty strict. I had to do the eye test, and they did test and vision out of the corners of your eyes too. You'd have to look in this thing. They'd shine lights on the side of it. You'd have to tell them what side the light was on, and it was in both every time, but you had to see it in both, or else there was problems with your peripheral vision. So obviously they test for that, and then it's basically a regular doctor test too. They do a urine sample for testing for diabetes and blood sugar with that, and other than that, they just test like your blood pressure and you know the normal stuff that you would get checked at when you go to a regular physical. Plus, they do a vision test. I wear glasses, and I have like 20/10 vision with glasses, which is pretty fantastic because without glasses, I'm sure I've talked about this on the show before, but just absolutely horrendous vision. It's pretty awful. In fact, it is beyond pretty awful. So I got my new medical, though. It's good for a year. Gotta go back next year and get another one. And the the cycle goes all over again. So I got to do a lot of real life driving in the last couple weeks, more driving than I have been doing on Euro Truck. And it's kind of funny when I've been playing Euro Truck a lot, and then I go to hop in my car. Sometimes I want to reach for something on my steering wheel that's actually different than when I drive. So like my turn signals are actually the steering wheel shifters on Euro Truck here. There's little shifters on the wheels, and I don't use them to shift gears because these trucks don't really have that on their wheels. I don't think they do, at least, do they? Nah, it doesn't look like it. But my real car has just a knob that comes off the wheel for turn signal, you know, the way most vehicles do. And I find myself going to grab the shifter to turn a turn signal, and then I realize that's not that's not the right way to do it. So it's kind of funny how that can affect you. It's the same with flying. When you turn on the ground and when you're flying, you use your foot pedals, and I've found myself almost going for the foot pedals to turn a car before. So you can and then, you know, after about a minute or two, you snap back into the other mode. But when there's flying in a video game, driving on many different games, all that kind of stuff, it you know, makes everything a little bit different, and you got to just adjust to a bunch of different modes. Good thing I kept my eye on the road this time. I saw that kind of other exit coming. Still 6 hours remaining. This is such a long journey. It looks like we got to exit here in Brno. Are we in Austria now, I believe? Or are we still in Poland? I don't think we are in... Where are we? I should know what country we're in. Did we cross? Yeah, oh yeah, we crossed into Austria Oh no, Czech Republic. We're in the Czech Republic. Okay. Yeah, wow. That was stupid. I thought it was good geography. I didn't even comprehend that we had to go through Czech Republic to get to where we're going. But it should be starting to get a little more hilly now as we go south. And then once we get into Austria, it'll get real hilly. Go ahead and turn our engine retarder on, help us slow down. Only one notch will be needed because we're going uphill here. Alrighty. Nice and slow, nice and safe, and we'll exit for Vienna. Or as it says here, Vienne. Assume the German term for Vienna, which was ranked the top city to live in the world in 2018, which is kind of cool. Alright, looks clear. We only have a yield sign, not a stop sign, so we'll just go ahead and turn to the right, make sure we're clear on the back. We are good. Truck is clear. Perfect. I hate how long it takes to get up to speed in a truck. You just can't do it like in a car. Alright, we are clear to go forward to Vienna now. And I think we will take highways just around Vienna. And then we will head on down to Klagenfurt. And the Austrian border should be up ahead at some point. I think we've gone like halfway through the Czech Republic. It's such a small country, it doesn't really take a long time to drive through in the game. Which is how I wonder how the eastern US is going to look like in American Truck Sim, if the scale's going to be different or whatnot. Because cities like Philly, New York, DC, Baltimore, they're all so close together. I mean, DC and Baltimore is hardly even a drive, so I feel like in the game it's going to take like 2 minutes to drive from one city to the other. I mean, in real life it takes less than an hour, so I guess we'll see. I think an hour is like 2 minutes in Euro Truck Sim or something like that when you're on the highway, so it'll be a very short journey to go from one place to the other. And it's already late afternoon. That's what happens when you're driving at 3 in the morning and then you sleep. Kind of crossing over a cool little dam here. I love look at the castle up on the hill. Beautiful area. I don't think oh, look at that. Look at that building on the island in the middle of the lake. That is amazing. Man, these are the sights, just these perfectly architecture crafted buildings that Europe has. That's what I so wish America had. It's just incredibly beautiful. Hello, police officer. Don't give us any tickets. Alright, here's the Austrian border, so finally we can get into our destination country. And I'm actually going to pay attention to the fact that we're crossing a border this time. And for some, usually the speed limit drops to like 70 through those. It didn't drop in this one. Oh, it's 70 now. That's weird. I guess the Austrian side of the road is slightly slower than the Czech side. But yeah, we're now in Austria. I don't know if I've been to... Yeah, it looks like I've been to Austria in previous... Bratislava we've been to before. So, yeah, that was way back before the series kind of got all messed up. So this is the episode where we actually catch up to where we were supposed to be, compared to in previous episodes where we had already come down this far south. So we're kind of now finally getting back into what we were doing in the last few episodes, and you can tell the trees are getting much more temperate. That looks like a tree you'd see in California or something like that. So obviously the terrain is changing quite a bit from the pine trees of the north. It'll go back to pine in a little bit though, because we got to get through the Alps, which should be scenic. It's also going to get dark earlier. We're approaching the summer solstice, or I'm sorry, the summer solstice, the fall equinox in real life too. That means the days are going to be getting real short pretty soon. I think we'll move the clocks back in like a month or so. We'll be back on standard time here in the US, the end of daylight savings time. That's kind of going to be really weird to see. I mean, it's the time zone that it's supposed to be though, so I guess we'll get back to where it should be. Man, these guys are going slow. I want to pass them, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do it. Let me scoot my chair back, try to get more comfortable. I have such an uncomfortable gaming chair. I wish I had a good gaming chair. It gets so frustrating. I think it's this truck up here that's holding us all up. Yes, it is. That car got by him. If I get a long stretch, maybe I can try to gun it and get by all these people, but then again, that puts you over the speed limit, and then you could get a ticket for that kind of thing, so we all know my history with tickets and that kind of stuff. The absolute worst. The absolute worst. See, now I can't even keep up because we're going up the hill. That's right. Now that I think about it, when we were in Slovakia, we went through some beautiful mountain passes a couple episodes ago. I totally forgot about those. It was just stunningly gorgeous. And it looks like now we're up in the mountains, and look at all these pine trees. Just beautiful. There's nothing that says mountains more like a nice hemlock or spruce or some other sort of evergreen forest. It's just, those look unbelievably nice. The lighting's hitting off them so well too. Alright, down to 50 here. Vienna to the left, or straight, Bratislava, which I know we've been to. Yeah, so see, this Highway 2 is just to our left. So we've been in this exact area before. And Vienna is going to be just to our right, so we should see it as we pass by. I don't think we'll actually get the city discovered, though, unfortunately. Alright, up to 70. And yay, it's actually a proper highway from here on, so that's good. What do we have until rest? 6 hours 44, 3:56 to drive, so we'll make sure for our next delivery we pick one where we actually can rest rather than actually be late. That'll be good. But the sunset is looking nice over Austria, folks. Looking real nice. In SCS news, I saw a video that they put on Twitter today. The sound of an engine starting up with a bunch of, it was a bunch of smoke over a black screen, and then it just said Euro Truck Sim 2. So they're teasing either some sort of new truck is coming to the game, or perhaps they're going to have engine smoke, which would be super cool. I'd love to see, like, exhaust actually come out of the trucks when you're revving it up a hill or something like that. Not that these European trucks have the big exhaust that some of the American ones do, but they're still diesel, so they're still going to have it. I mean, I think it would be a realistic thing to add. I know they have to do the particle effects and all that, but I don't see why they couldn't. I think it would help the game advance in a more realistic manner if they were to add that. Alright, Graz Italien, which of course is Italy. That is our objective, to get down there, so I think this is the exit we want to take. Slow it down. Gotta use that retarder to slow it down. Don't wear out the brakes. That's another thing I'd like to see them add to the game, is more, you know, wear and tear on stuff. Eventually you should have to, I mean, obviously I haven't driven this truck a lot. It only has, how many miles do I have on this thing? Does it not say? it should say, maybe when I get my wheel straight it'll show. We're going way too fast around this bend. Let's keep it slow. Yeah, I only have 10,000 miles on it, so obviously I wish when I got to like 200,000 I had to like completely replace the brakes, and then that becomes an expense, you know? And I think more than anything, they gotta create more of a career mode storyline to Euro Truck. I wish you bought a house, you had a life, and also the other stuff is like, you know, you gotta stop for food, right? There should be places where you stop at truck stops to get something to eat, or you know, your driver gets so worn out that, like, you know, you can only work so many hours a week. I'm sure there's European Union regulations, and perhaps you spend your other days, you know, driving around the city in a car or something. And obviously you could have little mini games in there and stuff to pass the time quicker, so you can primarily drive. But driving every single day is not exactly realistic, so I don't know, it would just be cool to add some things. Let's turn the lights on. It's getting kind of dark out here. Alright, Graz, Klagenfurt, straight ahead. Look at those mountains. Those are looking nice. Looking very nice. This will be fun to drive through as it gets dark, of course. What's this do? Monday at, yeah, so we can't stop again and let the nighttime pass, unfortunately. So we'll just have to finish the drive in the dark. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Look at the castle up there. My goodness. There are just castles everywhere around here. If I was a king from 500 years ago, I'd want to build my castle right there too, because look at the view you would have of the mountains. Stunning. Just a stunning building. They got some sort of flag up there. That is incredible. I wish I could check it out more. Alright, let's head through this mountain pass. Oh, we got a tunnel up here. Nice. See, you got the 400-year-old castle to the left, and you got about a, looks like a 70-year-old tunnel that we're going through right now. Might be a little newer than that. Who knows? Nice short little tunnel, though. I feel like in real life those tunnels are much longer and they take you to like totally different places, but who knows? Okay, Graz is the next city, so we just gotta pass that one up and then go to Klagenfurt. Still a lot of birch and pine trees here. I thought it would start to change as we get south. I guess we're just up in the mountains, so it keeps it what it is further north. What are they doing down here? Building a highway, it looks like. Oh, there is a highway. I can't drive on that one, though. That's like an off-limits to the game highway. Look at that. So much exposed rock. Just beautiful. The Alps are looking nice today. It's weird, there's all these roads here that you can't drive on. You don't see that as much in other parts of the map, other parts of the game. I think because this is the original part of the map, the older part of the map, that they kind of keep it looking this way. It'll be good to get back into the DLC area, but I'm still enjoying this because I don't, you know, Sweden doesn't really have mountains to say. I mean, they have some hills in the west, but overall, I mean, even Norway, they have mountains, but not like the Alps. The Alps are a lot bigger, and I don't go to Norway much on the game, so it is nice to actually drive where there's some proper mountains and just have kind of a difference in scenery. I can't imagine when American Truck Sim comes out and you got like Iowa and Kansas and all those states. Those states are huge and they're just completely flat. There's not much variety. So we'll see what it's like to actually drive through those areas when they come out in the game. I can't wait because I feel like it's gonna take 6 hours to drive across the whole map, which would be awesome, driving from like Seattle to Miami in a couple years, maybe. That'll be a nice long Twitch stream. That'll be a big delivery. I don't even know if it's realistic. They'd probably put something on like a train or something if they want to ship it that far. They might even fly it depending on what it is. I guess certain things need to be trucked though, like a large load or something. Slow down to 70 here. 70, perfect. Alright, 2 hours to go. We are getting there. Graz is to the right. I so wish I would stop, but I don't want to waste time. And I don't know, I kind of feel like my goal is to hit every city someday, but I don't want to cheat by like just go into cities that I'm passing by. I'd rather actually make deliveries to all the cities. I feel like that's the way for it to count. That's just my opinion on the topic, though. Alright, back up to 80. Perfect. There you go. Sweet. So I went to GameStop today, speaking of other things for the channel. Went to get NHL 20 and they were sold out, so I'm going to go back later this week, I think, and pick it up. I might just download it. I don't like to download games on PS4 because it takes up space. I also like having the box. It's kind of special to have the box. I'm a little old-fashioned. Like, I like having that piece of cardboard there. I miss back in the day when you'd get a game and the box would have, like, you know, the whole menu inside on how to do everything and all the buttons, and now it's just menus in the game, and I miss the days of actually looking in a little book that came with the game. I have a boxed copy of Euro Truck. That's how I first got this game, and I believe it has kind of all the old-fashioned stuff in there, which is really cool. I guess it brings back nostalgia too of being little and playing Zoo Tycoon and all those kind of games. It's just kind of a cool thing. Our truck is struggling to get up here, my goodness. But yeah, NHL 20 will be coming out eventually. I suppose now is just not the time. By coming out, I mean coming out on the channel. It's already actually out. Of course, I tried to go get it today. I think it's been out for a couple days. Shows how many people are buying it, though, which is good. And my brother was telling me he thinks it's like the best NHL ever. So that's kind of interesting. What's going on here? Okay. I'm on my phone, and I should not be. Just trying to look at the stream chat, make sure I have the right page up here. Still getting used to this, because as I said, I think it's the first time I've ever streamed from a PC, so it is what it is. And it's also weird having to get dark so early down here. I'm used to the darkness coming at 11 o'clock, but it's not summer anymore, and of course it's not, are we going the right way? Yeah. It's not summer, and it's not the far north. We're not up in Sweden like we were. Let's get left and try to pass this truck. Watch, he's probably going to speed up out of this area. That's what they always do. Eh, maybe not. Hopefully we'll get him going up the hill here. Oh, it's so narrow. So narrow. Don't crash. Don't crash. You know, I've done a good job so far these last 3 episodes that I've recorded in the fall of this year. I haven't got any speeding tickets yet, so definitely an improvement over the past. We don't want any more of those. Put that engine retarder on. Hope that speed slow down. There we go. And down to 70. That's why you keep your eye on the road. Alright, are we clear? Yeah, looks like we're clear to the right. We can go ahead and get over. Sweet. Much, much better. Alright, awesome. And now just 50 minutes. This actually went a lot quicker than I expected it to go. Dum, 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 dum. Alright, back up to 80. Another tunnel. For some reason, the graphics are just looking really good to me today. Everything, I don't know if it's because I haven't played in a while, or if it's because, to be honest, it's because I cleaned my glasses before I played, because they're always dirty. But everything just looks, like, exceptionally nice. And I also don't drive at night much, so I think I'm seeing these night lighting and night graphics. The car headlights going the other way is what impresses me the most. Look how realistic those look. That just looks unbelievable. My headlights, I still am not liking what I'm seeing, because there's those, like, hash marks at the end of it on my screen. I don't know if you see it on your screens, but it's on mine, and it's really annoying. But the other car headlights and the tail lights look so realistic. It's just incredible. Alright, Klagenfurt to the right. Go ahead, slow it down here. It is amazing how quick these bends can creep up on you, and you gotta make sure you got your truck slowed down before you enter them, or else it's gonna be really hairy and really dodgy. Yeah, this is a 50-kilometer-an-hour speed limit, so we'll slow it down here. Alright, we have made it to the Alps, folks. What is going on there? What is that glitch? Is it like dirty window or something? What the heck is that? No, that does not look good at all. I don't know what's going on with, like... Yeah, it's my lights. See, when I turn the lights, it's like the top half of the window looks like you can't see out of it. It's like smeared over there. See on the right? I don't know why it looks like that. That doesn't look very good, though. I don't know. Kind of bizarre. It just, I think the effect, it makes it look like the window itself is dark and not actually the lights aren't hitting stuff. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. Oh, geez, we gotta turn right here. Pay attention to the road. Holy cow. We don't need an accident. Alright, clear left. Now we're good. And 70. That's what it'll be. Alrighty, folks, we have made it to Klagenfurt am Wörthersee. I'm probably pronouncing it so bad. Keep our speed down. It's probably going to drop to 50. Klagenfurt discovered. So that is another city in the books for us. Good to have that happen, because it's been a while since I've discovered a new one. Of course, we'll get an idea what the city actually looks like tomorrow, after we rest. I feel like I'm in Russia, though, with the pine trees and the industrial mill up there. It feels, it just looks very Russian almost. Obviously it's not, but even that archway looks very... It's like a piece of Russia down here in Austria. Kind of a weird thing to see like that. There really is nowhere else like Russia on Euro Truck Sim 2. Eastern Europe just has its truly own flavor, but I think Austria is more... Maybe it used to be considered Eastern, but it's Western. Man, these lights look horrible. I'm gonna have to disable whatever mod that is, because it's driving me nuts. It just looks terrible. Look at that on that truck. Like, what is that pattern there? And then that comes in. That is no good. I'm gonna have to change my headlight mod. The other cars look great, but my truck looks awful. Alright, let's try to do this properly here. Oh, no. We gotta turn this to the right if we want this to go to our left. There we go. Okay, then turn it back all the way. Okay, we're clear over there, so we just can look in our mirror for the rest of this here. Alright, looks like it needs a little bit more. It's gonna be off-center is the problem. I turned it a bit early. Okay, so now if we just kind of pivot it this way, I think it should... It's hard to see because it's dark. I think that's straight, though. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. Nice and easy, nice and straight. Keep it centered. I think we actually did a pretty good job. Let's put up in the neutral, turn the engine off, parking brake. How's that? Yeah, looks good to me. Alright, 604 kilometers, 18 hours 46, obviously we rested. Do we skill up? No, we don't. Let's see what the job offers, though. Can we go to Italy? Italy. These are all to Austria. Oh my god. That is so annoying. That is just unbelievably annoying. So I guess I don't want to go to Zurich. Salzburg's back up. Linz, Vienna's back. Yeah, that's back where we were. We don't want to do that. I could do some stream ones off camera, though. But I want to keep it all on YouTube. So I think we're going to go rest. We'll do it in the next episode, guys. We will rest in the next episode. And for those of you watching the Twitch stream, I'm going to take about a 2-second break. I'll continue on the stream. And then I'll start recording the new episode. For those of you on YouTube, that's the end of this one. We'll be heading into Italy in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, guys. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. For now, we'll see you next time. I'm Mr. Avlek9916. Peace.